All right, so let's get into the new Civic Type R, the FL5, the newer generation. It's got all the upgrades, but is it worth me getting rid of my FK8, trading in, and switching over to the FL5? Now, on paper, I probably would. If it was something that, an upgrade where I could just go from one move to another move, I would do it. But I won't be doing it because, one, markups. Markups is still happening. And it's not because of this car shortage. I mean, yeah, there's a limited number they make of these cars. But markups has happened since the release of the first US bound Type R in 2017. So they've been doing the $15,000 markup, has been common, and now, I mean, I guess a little inflation now, $20,000 seems to be a common markup. You always read about them in the magazines. You always see like, okay, is this car really as good as a price? Does this car can this car command a good price point? And the car is a good price at the MSRP. It is a good $40,000 car. It's a good maybe 45, maybe we'll push it, but let's say the new one's okay. We got the Bose sound system, you got the blind spot monitor, you got the wireless CarPlay. Okay, let's give it that. But would I say is worth another $20,000 on top of that price? Would I say is worth $35,000? No, absolutely not. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So if you didn't see my last video when I took delivery of my Civic Type R, watch it if you're curious to see how that process will work when I brought it down here. But here it is. Here is my, take this off, 2024 Honda Civic Type R. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Eddie. I do a lot of car content, DIYs. I do, pretty much anything car related. Sometimes some racing, sometimes, talking vlogs. So if you like, check my other videos out, and then maybe just consider a subscription if you like what you see. Also, I used to have a 2021 Honda Civic Type R. It was the FK8. And the story I'm going into is why did I bring this back to the channel? Well, I sold the FK8. I put the car seat in it, and I was like, I gotta put that front seat up a little more. The ride is rough. I thought, I'm a dad now, but starting over again made me recalculate some of my next moves. So at the time I had the X5M, I had the Type R. I was like, I need to get something just more comfortable, more family oriented. And plus, in the time I thought Tesla's value was behold, which is probably make for another video, but I bought the Tesla Model 3 Performance, ordered it brand new, drove the car for about a year, just over a year, put 17,000 miles on the car. And I just realized maybe I don't like the Tesla as much. Plus, I would see the Type R on the road, the FK8, I'm thinking, man, I don't know why I got rid of mine, And plus, it's an expensive mistake, these things to do. It's like, I hate, each time I do it, I gotta pay taxes on the car and, put the new tint, put PPF on, it adds up in the cost. So it's not quite as easy as just rebuying the car again. But, I wanted to see the Type R in person. I've never seen one. I seen one like a couple on the road, which kind of got my attention again. But I say, what if it just was a better car? Like, I know it was very refined. I can read the reviewers, I can see the YouTubers, but most of them are talking about the performance aspect, which I didn't have any complaints with my FK8, other than a few little minor gripes with the rocks getting inside of the rotors and the brake calipers, the grinding noise, and I made a video talking about the pros and cons about my FK8. But the looks, I liked how this looks better, like you got the FK8 at like level 10 as far as looks, and this one's just probably just turned down to 7 a little bit. And that's how I felt. I went to look at one, like my wife and I, we came back from a cruise, and I saw that we had some time to kill, and I said, there's a couple at this local Honda dealer, why don't we take a look? So I went to the Honda dealer, they had 2 white FL5s there, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is it.
I like the white on red, but I've always liked that.
This is this heritage color here for this. They are,
Uncomfortable.
but
Like hard sports seats.
you have wireless CarPlay. That's one thing I liked about. I see the white. It's hard to tell, but it's like kind of off.
It's a creamy white.
It's cream.
It's not a stark white. Which I think makes it look a little mature too. The creamy white.
So got two of them. So I looked in the car, and overall, if you're coming from an FK8 or you're thinking about making a switch, when I first saw this car in person, I was like, immediately felt like it's just a bigger car. And my favorite part was this rear section here, where it just feels more natural. It flows more lines. And like I say, everybody has their own taste. I'm not gonna say this is better, but this is my preference. These hips, and it gives it more of the European, like, you know, like it reminds me of like an Audi or a BMW, just how the fenders just pop out. Like say, look at my M3, and my M3 kind of has the same, they kind of pop out a little bit there. So, you know, something that I like. It just says to people, like, you know, for me, it's a special car, a little different than your normal day-to-day Civic. Then of course, the wing is not as big. It's not, you know, and plus it's black. Now, some people color match, but I like the black because I feel it's more, in my opinion, more stealthy. At first, I was like, why did they not match the wing? Why did, like an afterthought? But obviously the engineers designed this car. I know how great the FK8 was, how great it handled. I knew that everything had a purpose. But I was just kind of like wondering, why did they do it this way? And now that I've seen it in person, I'm thinking, oh, it looks better. For me, in my opinion, I think it looks better. Let me know what you think. Some people like it. I guess I see people modding these cars. They're color matching. But my favorite part was the fact that there's, look at this, my car seat fits in here. My front seat, there's still plenty of space where my front seat passenger, AKA my wife, can sit in here. And there's just plenty, like you don't feel like you're sitting up against the dashboard. You're, if anything, I probably could put my seat up a little bit more because I feel like I'm at that gangster lean a little bit more. But yeah, and you can see, since we're in the interior, I like the interior. I like how I just like the updates. Everything about it, it's just upgraded. It's like what I had before, but better. It's like when you get an iPhone, you like the iPhone you had, and you say, you know what, let me go for the iPhone, 15. Nothing is wrong with the 14, but the 15 has a couple more things. 15 is more redesigned. It's kind of like that. I already did a few mods with videos coming soon. Did the auto dimming rearview mirror with the home link garage door openers. I did the dash camera hardwire install, and I also hardwired the radar detector, which is not mounted, but I've already ran the cable through here. So when I get my radar detector mount, it will be already wired up. Videos coming soon on that. So if you're wanting to see, like, things I'm going to do, I've already recorded it. Just need to do the editing, things like that. Oh, and I added a screen protector here. So obviously the factory one was gone. I think they peeled it off on the PDI, which I was surprised. I'm like, don't take my cover off. That's mine. But anyway, it was already gone. So I ordered just a factory screen protector, which, I'm wiping this stuff off. I don't want to scratch it or something. If I do, it's just a protector. I could peel it off and replace it. So far, I've just hit 600 miles. Going to do floor mats in here, all weather mats, and then maybe, I don't know what else I'm going to do here. It's 600 miles, so I'm going to do some testing. I'm slowly breaking it in. I'm breaking it in gently. What I mean by I'm slowly bringing the car up to temperature. I know everybody has their way of breaking it in the car. My FK8, I drove it the same way, and I like how I perform after the fact. I do like had the leather steering wheel as opposed to Alcantara. Alcantara is nice, but for daily and Alcantara wheel, like I had my FK8 was, I had to clean it once a week. I had to take the brush and delicately, like, bring out make sure I didn't mat down the suede, which it can happen. You have your oils in your hands and stuff when you're holding the wheel. Like I said, if it was a weekend car, it wouldn't be as bad, but like I said, I spent a lot of time in it. I was averaging right now 30 mile per gallon on tank of fuel. I think I got as high as 34, I believe, mile per gallon. This one does pretty good in mile per gallon. Obviously you can tell, I did the window tint. I did the 15% Expel XR Plus on the back, everything else, and then the 70% on the windshield. I did the PPF. My last Type R, I did partial PPF. This one, I decided to just go for full PPF. And then I just went ahead and did my own DIY ceramic coat. So I did the Gene Technique, how you say it. Did that one, did the Crystal Serum Light. So I did the paint correction. There was some blemishes on the paint that I had to do. Part of it was when I transported the car, some tape came off and started, slapping the paint, which before I could pull it over and take it off. But it was very surface level. And plus, like I said, I needed to do a polish anyway. So I was able to just do this light to mild compound and buff it out. Correct the paint. Like I said, there's some other things where when they did the PDI, they peeled off the film, the white tape that's on there, and what that left some marks on the car. So I had to clean that off. But overall, happy with the car, happy with the dealership experience. Like I said, I contacted a few dealerships. I might make another video explaining how the process went, how much I paid for the car, things like that. I know people like that video. So I'll probably make another one just talking about the hunt. But overall, happy with the car. Like I said, I can't wait to get more miles on it. Definitely not garaging it like my last one or trying to baby it. Right now it's just the time, and I wanted to get PPF on it first before I would start driving it daily, because I know how the rocks are out here. And of course, the break-in. And like I said, I'm going to talk more about this break-in since I'm already here. I went with here's how I'm going to break in the car. And everybody has their own style. Some people are like, you know what, drive it like you stole it. As soon as you leave the dealership, no worries. I'm sure that method is fine. I see some people babying the car that, hit the mileage park, then all of a sudden this, balls to the wall. This part's fine too. What brought me back to the Type R? Because you're gonna think, well, it's a waste of money to do the same car again, especially the same color. I did try to find a white. To be honest with you, I was looking for championship white. It was just, the blue one was here. I thought I'd just try to deal with me picking a color. Only colors I didn't really want was the Sonic Gray. I think it was white, blue, and then the Rally Red, in that order. So blue favorite color anyway. So it wasn't like a bad choice. I just wanted to, if I were to do something different, change it up. But the reason why, there's something unique about the Civic Type R, especially these newer versions with 300 horsepower, a 300 horsepower Civic, is, I don't know, it's just, people were, I remember being in my younger days, people were tuning these things to hit 300 horsepower. If that, having that power in this car makes it a fun daily car. Obviously the body lines, the way it looks, the wider fenders, the body, I just think it looks European-like, especially the back of it. Like I said, the FK8 wasn't bad. I just felt it was a little bit too young for me. Felt that was, to be your own, right? I could make tons of reasons why, but I just preferred this look better. But at the time when I don't know if you follow the channel long enough, I couldn't get a deal. They were doing some crazy markups, like $15,000 markups, and I just was not willing to pay that markup. The Bose sound system, it's an upgrade. I'm happy to have the Bose. It sounds, in comparison to my FK wasn't a bad stereo, but there is a little more clarity, a little more punch with the Bose. So happy to have the Bose sound system. Honda took what I complained about and it was already addressed in the newer cars because I didn't like the not having a blind spot monitor or a lane watch camera in my last one. So, you know, we live in a lot of traffic area, a lot of multi-lane, so it's nice to have that extra feature. And plus, you know, Type R's you don't see them everywhere. You know, don't get me wrong, that, you know, I'm not buying a car to be only one, but I just hate here in the Bay Area when I had my Tesla. It was everywhere I went, there was just a Tesla, you know, and then I hate it too. That's another video that I need to make on that one. But the fact that it's engaging, the Tesla was a great commuter car. I can't say that it was not a good commuter car, but I spent too much time in it. I wanted something fun. I wanted something back what I had before. Since I've sold my FK8, all I could think about was, man, it'd be nice to have a Type R. I miss that Type R. It's probably one of the best cars I had. And sometimes you don't realize what you had until it's gone. And it takes that time. And, you know, it's been a mistake learned. Obviously, when I sold it pretty much what I paid for it. And then obviously I got this one at a good price. So I'm not too up in arms about switching out. Obviously I lost money because I have the tint windows on this one, PPF. I did full PPF on this one. I did the ceramic coating myself, just like I did my last FK8. So it wasn't too bad doing that myself. But, yep. And then plus the fact that I feel like this one, I get a little better fuel mileage. My last one, I struggled to hit 28, 29 mile per gallon. Like it was doable. 30 mile per gallon was doable, but it had to be very, very light on throttle. To drive this one the same way, I'm easily hitting 34 mile per gallon. But usually as I hit stop and go traffic and, you know, everything else, by the time I need to fill up again, I was at 30 mile per gallon. I can tell you, I threw it in one curve already, and it feels like it sticks like a lot, pretty close. I could definitely feel the improvements. It's minor, but is noticeable changes from my FK8 to this one, just how it handles, how it just the transition over the bumps. That K kind of did this little thing as it hit bumps, and this just seems like it goes. Now I could hear more electronics working in the rear. I'm assuming that it's probably the VSA is probably, you know, doing this little thing, trying to help the car kind of rotate in. But one of the things I like about the car is just how the electronics help make this car, as a front wheel drive car that traditionally should be understeering. And it has oversteer characteristics, especially if I need to point the front end more, I can just lift up the throttle and then it will rotate on you. And it's nice when you need to get back out of it, you can just put the accelerator back down and it powers out. So very excited about it. Like the changes. I know people are doing their own modifications, but I do like how the mirror covers are black. I do like the antennas black. I do like how they kind of broke up some of the things. I'd like, instead of having the hood scoop, I like having the hood vent. You know, the fog lights thing I think it cleans up the front end, not having the fog light. I think it just makes it less busy in this area right here between, you know, my FK8. FK was just like a lot going on. I think that took a lot. You know, you see the vents, you see everything, and some people like that. And I did, like I said, I bought the car, so I liked it. But then over time, I started thinking to myself, maybe it might be too much for me. But this is pretty much what I would want out of a Type R. Like I said, let's go inside. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I know people in the comments, my garage is a mess. Yes, I have a lot of stuff. More videos talking about, obviously the cars left, the Tesla left, the Corvette left. If I made the video yet, but yeah, the Corvette's gone. And obviously you take your stuff out. I just gotta rehome it and then go from there. Thank you.